was traveling out west this summer. I went to Oregon coast from New York. I drove 6,400 miles alone in this thing. It was an amazing trip. And sometimes I would just see a river on the side of the road and I would go pull over and put my suit on and go jump in the river, and I'd call that a shower. So you do what you got to do when you're on the road.
This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Today, I'm hanging out with Loretta. She has a really cool Volkswagen Westfalia camper van with a PopTop that she completely customized inside. Today, she's gonna give us a tour, so join us.
Hey Patrick, thanks so much for having me on. I'm Loretta. This is my 2001 Volkswagen Eurovan Westfalia PopTop camper. And I'm really glad to give you a tour today. It's a love of my life, and I did the build myself just over several years, editing along the way and trying to figure out what works well for me. It was originally what's called the Weekender. And so the Weekender had actually a queen size bed, a bench that turned into a queen size bed, and then a couple of other seats up here. So it didn't really work well for my camping style, and I started to gradually pull some of the seats out and eventually pulled out the entire bench. And then, yeah, I slowly started to figure out what was going to make the most sense. It's really 8 feet by 5 feet is the square footage that we're talking about here that I had to work with. It's a 16-foot long van, and these vans, they're within the genre of the original Volkswagen buses and the Vanagons, etc. This iteration of them, they were made from 1997 to 2003, and really what they did was they saw some of the flaws in the old ones, just in terms of the engine in the back and just not having much power. And so this one has 6 cylinders, and so it's really fun to drive. It's just a joy to drive. I can actually go flying up a hill 75 miles an hour, no problem. So I really like that about it. And again, as I said, only 6 feet long, so very narrow as well. So I can just maneuver wherever I need to. And that's what's really great about it. Very easy for me. My husband and I had originally had, we had a pickup truck and we were pulling a trailer, and that kind of got to be too much, and he wasn't really that into it. And so I started to think about some kind of vehicle for myself, and this is what I landed on. And so it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, let me show you the inside here. So the great thing about Westfalia is that there was already a bit of a build in place, which meant that there was plywood here. So I have the original plywood in place still, so that I was able to drill and screw everything down so to the plywood. So that was a very helpful starting point. There's originally some carpet that covered the whole area, this gray carpet, but I added some additional, just some vinyl flooring just to give a wood-like feel. I actually have a little bit of a carpet here right now, which is kind of nice. If you look over here, I added a swivel seat. It's my favorite thing in the whole van, and it really makes the whole space open up and feel like a living room. Interestingly, there was actually some storage under here, and so I'm able to keep a little extra propane tank. I keep a fan here, which is a USB charged fan, so it's great to have a fan in the summer. And I have a little thermometer here, so I kind of know what the temperature is. Let me show you probably one of the things that I really wanted in a build. What was really important for me was to have a sink. I like the dignity of brushing my teeth and washing my face when I'm camping, and so this sink fit the bill. It's very narrow, really less than 24 inches, and yeah, I just built sort of the structure just with some 2x4s, and then it's got a USB powered pump here, and then it's got 2 tanks underneath, and this also doubles as a table. So underneath here we have the gray and the fresh, each 6 gallons, and so I'm able to just bring plenty of water and just a little sort of the the tubing there for the pump and another, tubing system for the exit. And then, yeah, what's really great is that I can use this as a table for eating, cooking, writing. I do a lot of writing, and I'm actually a professor, and so I have summers off, and I'm able to get some of my writing done as I go off on adventures in the woods and be able to do some writing. So that's really great. So, and then this just closes right up. And yeah, and I also have a little trash can here, which is kind of nice. You got to have a trash can. And on one side, I have the trash, and then I have another little side just to throw some recycling in as well. This is where I keep my Jackery. It's the 500, the Jackery 500, and that powers my refrigerator. But before I tell you about the refrigerator, I should tell you that this particular vehicle comes with a house battery. So there's a regular house battery under here that actually runs some of these lights here. So there's a light here and another one in back. And it originally had a little funny refrigerator in there that it ran as well. But I actually run and there's outlets for it. There's little 12-volt outlets all over the place too. And I actually run the my Jackery to this house battery, so it keeps my Jackery going. But then when I do need a little more power, things start to run out. I've been camping for a few days. I do have a little solar panel that I keep that I can show you too. So what's interesting about this particular build is that, what's interesting about having a Westfalia that had its own build to begin with was that it already had curtains. And so these curtains are great. They've got the snaps on it. They're not completely blackout curtains, but they definitely do the trick. Also, the windows themselves are darkened. So it's easy to kind of zip things up when I'm headed to bed at night and need a little privacy. For the front windows, I keep just some window covers up here for the front. And this was originally a bed, extra bunk bed up here in the original design. And then also I keep a little solar panel up there. If you look down over here, you can see that this is kind of basically the galley kitchen area over here. So you can see that I've just got my silverware drawer here and a couple little drawers here for some spices and coffee and tea and that sort of thing. I keep one of my stoves here. This is just your basic backpacking stove, kind of heat water with this sort of thing. I have another stove under here. This is kind of my main burner that I use. And probably my favorite place to cook is on this little thing right here, and I can stand outside and cook, which I really love, and then I can reach everything that I need. So that's kind of my favorite place. Another thing I want to show you back here is this is the little bin that I use to keep my cooking utensils in, pans and bowls and cups and that sort of thing. So that's easily accessible. Again, everything's designed to be accessible from the bed right here. Overall, this structure, just this 2-story structure, is something I built myself, like everything in here. And I was lucky because my husband has all the tools. He's actually a carpenter, and I would ask him different questions along the way, but I built and designed the whole thing myself. And then I added in some of these prefab things like a basket and these drawers as well. And so these drawers, for example, this one here is just rags and towels, cleaned rags and towels and that sort of thing. This is actually one of my favorite things that I did was I put this paper towel rack up here. I just put it right into this molding and it seems to be holding fine, and it's the ratchet system so it doesn't go flying, and so I really love this here. Having paper towels when you're camping is an important luxury. But under here is where I keep food. So I've got my refrigerator full of food, and then I've got a bin where I keep my dry goods. The refrigerator is connected to this Jackery over here, and it's just a Bouge RV, and I believe it's the 28. And yeah, just keep things right in there and keeps everything cold. It's really nice to have cold drinks when you're camping. So I've really appreciated having a refrigerator. It's easy to get out, and again, I can just pull it out here when I'm doing my cooking outside. I can grab everything I need and don't have to get in and out of the van. And again, that is connected to the Jackery 500 there. The bed is 6 feet long, which is just exactly perfect for me. I'm just a little shy of 5'10", and so it does the job for me. About 32 inches wide, and I built it on, yeah, just basically a structure of 2x4s. And again, because I've got that plywood, I'm able to just go right into the plywood here and build some structures across, and then another smaller piece of plywood right here. And what I've done is I put a few holes in there just to keep things flowing and make sure no, mold builds up or anything. A couple mattresses in here, I don't know, probably about 5 inches total, not too much, but seems to be really comfortable. And yeah, I can sleep either way, which is very cool. For a long time, I had my head down here and was sleeping that way. Lately, I've been feeling like I want to sleep this way. I do have this little bit of distance here. There's kind of a bit of a differential. So sitting up here is a little bit easier than sitting up there, but I can still lean back and be able to read in bed and that sort of thing when I'm in that direction. So a lot of flexibility here. So probably the thing that got me to purchase this van and go this route is the PopTop. My favorite thing about it, pops right up, and there you go. Love these windows with the mesh screen here on either side. Suddenly it gives not only the ability to stand in here, but lots of wonderful airflow through here. And so again, I think I mentioned that this was originally a bunk bed system here. So the idea is that, parents can sleep down here, kids sleep up here, but I had no need for a bunk bed. So I use this as extra storage space, especially, obviously you saw that thin area before where there's not much room to store stuff when I'm traveling. But once I'm traveling, or once I'm settled and camping, I'm able to just stash stuff up there. So it just becomes sort of a catch-all area, and it's really nice to have an area to keep this area a little more clean. So let me show you the back. There I have a whole system in back that I guess we could call it the garage. And you'll see from this kind of why I designed the bed the way I did. So what I wanted was to be able to have a pull-out storage system here. A lot of times you see sort of metal or plastic, but I feel like the baskets just give it like a real homey touch. So this is where I keep things like a table, and I have some material that I can put a little bit of an awning together if I need sort of some escape from the sun. And I have up here, this is like my chair, little tools, some leveling blocks, that sort of thing. Just kind of all purpose, just some emergency equipment and that sort of thing. I have a extension cord in case I need to plug in somewhere. I also have a long mat that I put out, which is nice to just have a little welcome mat and place to like keep my shoes and that sort of thing. Now this is kind of an odd quirk of the Volkswagen Eurovan. These were originally for child safety seats where the straps would hook into these, and they are not going anywhere. So I decided to work with it. So one of the things that I am doing back here with it is just that I clip on my dirty clothes. I keep my other clothes here, usually just in cubes, just kind of stacked up here. Again, I wake up in bed in the morning, I can just move over here, gather what I need. Dirty clothes can go in here, and it makes for a pretty nice system. The other thing is the toilet. So this is just a little, just very basic plastic toilet here. Kind of keep it covered. It gives me an extra blanket. And yeah, it's great for just in the middle of the night. I have a little, this is where I keep my toilet paper, headlamp just came on here. And like earplugs, I sleep with earplugs, put my glasses in there. So that's kind of my little nightstand right there, but makes it very convenient for sleeping. I also have an extra charger that I keep back here. So again, if my head's back here, I can just plug my phone in and I know it's good to go for the night.
Thank you very much for taking the time today to give us a tour of your awesome creation. I say creation because you pretty much created the whole inside. This was an existing van with the plastic panels and some of the curtains, but you added some more. You really made it your own. A solo traveler doesn't necessarily need a queen size bed that folds out, right?
Correct.
It takes up a ton of space.
Yeah.
A twin bed is smart. I have pretty much a twin bed in my Airstream. It can expand out and slide out into a double bed, but when I'm in there, the twin bed is perfect. That's all you need. You can swing your legs out of bed very easily and stand up and go about your business. Now, you covered everything. You got cooking, you got a sink, you're able to brush your teeth and wash your hands. You got a power system, you got some solar, and you got the toilet. Tell us about showers. Is it gyms? Is it like state park, campground showers?
Yeah, whatever I can piece together. Yeah, definitely we'll do the old spit bath in between. But yeah, truck stop shower, state park campground showers.
And some people aren't going to understand, like you're married, but you travel solo. People have different likes, right? So it's okay that you built this for yourself. You could go out and you could be inspired by certain things, photography. You're also a YouTuber, so you're creating some content out there. Any tips for any viewers that want to do solo travel themselves? Anything that you learned along the way?
Yeah. I mean, I think just, with technology, like my husband and I are able to stay in communication. So when I'm on the road, we're talking a couple times a day. I'm sharing pictures with him, little videos, little anecdotes. So just sharing what's going on, and he's sharing with me what's going on the home front. How's the dog doing? How are the cats? And it's just the communication. It's like he's there in terms of just being able to stay connected with the technology, but he respects my wanderlust, and he respects my need for outdoor adventures. And sometimes if I'm at a state park an hour away, he'll come and spend the day there. So there's ways to make it work.
You do like hip camp and like Harvest Host and some state parks. This thing, you just pop the top down and jump in the driver's seat. You're out of there if something weird happens.
Yeah, I mean, and I've camped in, when I was on my long road trip this summer, I camped in, sometimes it would be a Walmart parking lot and that sort of thing. And sometimes I don't have to pop the top up, so that makes me even more sort of ready to go. I was in a national forest in Oregon this summer, and there was a moment where I was like, and I was the only one around for a really long ways, and I was like, I'm just not feeling this. And so I went and I actually found an actual campground, and that worked better.
Go with your intuition.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I leave links to your YouTube channel and your Instagram, so our viewers can click along and
it's called
some inspiration.
It's called Lopi in the Wild, so you can find me there.
Well, awesome. Thanks for coming down today. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. We'll see you out there.